What's going on, everybody? I am Sniper Mike, and today I'm going to go over one of my most consistent and profitable patterns. So if you're one of those people out there that are wondering, how are those people betting on a stock to go down? How are those people shorting those style of stocks? And what exactly is shorting? How do I profit for it? This video is for you. Over the past 10 years, I've gone through trials and tribulations, slowly growing my account from a $500 account to getting close to over $500,000 in profit. I feel like that's going to be coming in this month. And throughout that process, I've tested out what works and what doesn't work for me. And this pattern right here is one of those 5 consistent patterns called the first red day. That first red day pattern is the only pattern that I trade that I decide to go short, meaning you are going to be betting on the stock to go down instead of up. So let's dive in and let's talk about it. Shorting is becoming a lot easier in the United States. And actually, September 10th, Robinhood is officially going to start letting short selling out on specific stocks. Even Charles Schwab has started to let short selling for more stocks than Thinkorswim used to do when they were partnered with TD Ameritrade. So pretty great stuff that's happening in the US. I'm going to describe what exactly short selling is before I dive into how I profit from it. So short selling is the mirror of going long, but instead we're going to go short. So when I go to short the stock, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to press the sell button instead of the buy button. And when you press that sell button, you'll get a sell limit that goes in if you put a limit order in. And if it comes to that limit order, you will actually be now shorting the stock, meaning you want the stock to go down and you will profit. Now, what exactly consists of my first red day? How can I find consistency in shorting the way that I do? Because there are tons of short sellers out there, and I'm mainly a long seller. But I figured there are ways to make money, because most of the stocks that I'm going long go a little too high, and when they go a little too high, I feel like they need to come back down. A lot of the times, I would end up selling some of my stocks too soon, and I'd see them 2-3 days later and see them double from where I was just selling them 2 days before. And in my eyes, I'm starting to think, I missed out. How did I miss out on that? And there was a solution to this. After a couple years of trading and learning that you can short sell, because I didn't know that right off the bat as well, that's when I decided I need to figure out a pattern that I know one. A breakout pattern that's way too overextended. And now let's hammer it on the way down when I do think that it's a little bit too high. So some of the criteria that I believe work perfectly with my first red day is I specifically like 3 or more green days in a row. So when I zoom out to the long-term chart, I like to look at possible multiple running days. If I'm zooming into HGRAF here, you can see from 45 cents, it was able to run to $1.30 in 4 straight upward days. And that's usually when I would start to look for the downward trend. Now, there's other things that have to line up, not just 4 straight green days, but usually if it's a bit overextended on that 4th or 5th day, it starts to show some weakness, meaning the volume power in the morning is slowing down a bit. And then we start to get to resistance levels. Now there's resistance in the long term and resistance in the short term. And if both of those line up, that's usually the best spot for a short. Now before I go any further about a short, let's go into detail about a live trade that I did with my Maverick community not too long ago to close out the month of July. If you are interested in what I do and you're enjoying the way that I teach, come check me out in the Simpler Trading website, simplertrading.com, in the Stock Mavericks room. You can also click the link below inside of the comment section and you'll be able to join if you'd like. We'd love to have you on the team profiting these type of plays. So let's dive in and let's show you one of my first red day examples that I actually just recently tagged a bag is what I like to call. Now I'm going to start with the morning watch list because every single day I start my day up with a morning watch list. And in that morning watch list, I talked about how HGRAF has ran from 20 cents to $1 in 8 straight days. Thursday, we are looking for it to break above that dollar and finally double top. And then we'll see it hopefully break back below $1. And that's exactly what you're going to see happen. So I'm going to bring you into live action trading as well as show you the actual chart. But this is the day that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the day that we've had now 40 cents up to 130. Remember, that's third green day, and now we're touching our fourth green day, even though this is a red candle. It is green. So let me now dive in. This is on July 31st was the day that I traded this. And here we are. So let me get in. This was the panic dip buy we recently made money off of after it dropped from 270 to 1. And that pattern is another video if you guys are interested. I actually just released that video, and I talk about that HGRAF bag in the buy the dip video that I just released on YouTube. Make sure to go check that out. But this is the first red day pattern that we were looking at. And if you see, we go from 40 cents all the way up to 130 in the span of a couple days. Now, when I zoom into this day, what am I looking for? I'm looking for that double top and some sort of weakness. We've been running too long, and we finally got the perfect double top at 130. That's when I decided to short it. I actually got in close to 122. 120 exactly I got at. And here's some live action footage of as it starts to collapse here. So you can see the double top at 129, and then you can see the double top here at 129, and then the collapse right after that. What we would be using as cut is 130, so we're only risking 10 cents, and we're already up 20 cents. And the downtrend would usually be you short when it cracks below $1, and whenever you feel like you had enough. And here is it cracking $1. So some more live footage coming right from the iPhone. And this is as we're cracking $1. It shows that we're red, but that only shows that we're red because we're short. And I'm only using $2,500 to make over $500. So that's also a great way to grow your account. But as I fast forward through this, you'll see the dollar crack. As it cracks $1, it comes down to a key spot of 95 cents. This spot seemed to have held recently, yesterday actually, the day before this. So that's why I decided to take that bag right there, right around 96 cents. And that's where I was able to make over 20% plus in a quick 20 minutes or so here on HGRAF. And I actually decided to cover here at that 95. So it came down to 95, or 96 to be exact. So just around 25% in 20 minutes. A very, very clean first red day move. And everything was lining up. Now, there are always things that have to line up. I'm not just going to play a stock to play a stock. The morning watch list was ready. I had my higher lows the next day. And that's what turned into this situation. So that's a perfect example of my first red day and how I was able to make 25% quickly. You can see NLST as well, a quick 13 minutes there. But to wrap this video up, something that I do want to point out is people are scared to short because they think you need a specific broker. Robinhood is now letting you do that in other places. And look at Charles Schwab. Shout out for the assist there, because HGRAF you usually couldn't short back when TD Ameritrade owned them. So Charles Schwab's also making it easier to short penny stocks. This is literally a penny stock that we are able to short. And then the other thing that does scare people a little bit is you do have to have extra funds in your account just in case you get squeezed. So if you aren't able to short, maybe try to short less size and it will actually let you short that stock if you're having issues there. But those are usually the two issues you're going to run into when it comes to shorting, and why most people think you can't. But you can. Turn the you can't into you can. And I always like to say, if you know how to play offense and you learn defense, you'll be better at offense. The same thing here with short selling. Before I leave you off, I'll leave you off with one last tip, and that's if you only know how to go long, you can actually press minus and whatever the ticker is, so minus HGRAF, and you'll actually see that ticker upside down. So if you only know how to go long, that looks like a good first green day, but at the same time, that was a good first red day. And that's exactly how you would do it. So minus whatever ticker you want, and that's the little bonus you'll get at the end of this video for those of you guys that did stay to the end. Hit that subscribe button below if you like videos like this. I'm dropping 1, 2 a week now. And definitely drop a comment. Show some love. Much love. Sniper Mike, out.